Well, welcome to Renton Airport. We're going to be doing something different today. As many of you know, I've been working on my flight instructor certificate and I recently passed that, which was great. And what I got was my multi-engine instructor certificate initial. So that means my first instructor certificate is in a multi-engine plane. So I can now teach people in planes like twin Diamonds DA42s and so forth. Interestingly, to teach someone in a single engine, I'll need to get a single engine instructor add-on. And I might do that down the road, and also to teach instruments, which I am also interested in. You need to get an instrument add-on, so I'll probably work on getting those add-ons to my certificate down the road, but very happy to have that done. As a part of the practice and the training for that, particularly the flight training, did lots and lots of maneuvers, and because you have to be prepared for about 20 different procedures and maneuvers for the check ride. So I thought I'd create a series of videos on how I fly some of these maneuvers and procedures in a DA42, specifically a DA42-6, which is what 62 Delta Lima is. So I hope you enjoy the videos. I thought they'd be helpful regardless whether you're just interested in how pilots fly these planes or if you're specifically preparing for check rides in a DA42. You might find it useful to see how I fly these maneuvers. As many instructors have said, the airplane is a lousy place to conduct a lesson, so none of these are intended to be lessons. These are just me flying and showing you how I fly these, and hopefully they can be helpful. The first ones I'm going to do today on this video are pre-flight procedures and short field takeoff. Pre-flight procedures, maybe not the most exciting thing, but because it's all done on the ground, but it's definitely something you need to be proficient and very comfortable with, because one, that's how you set up the plane safely, to make sure you've caught anything that could be wrong with the plane, but also it sets the tone with your examiner when you're on a check ride that you are really proficient with the plane, you're really comfortable with it, you're not stumped by anything. So very important to be proficient and comfortable with the pre-flight procedures. So we'll do that first. And then short field takeoff's just a fun maneuver for when you're departing from a shorter runway, and once again it's a common maneuver that's required on check rides, so we'll show how that's set up in the DA42 and demonstrate that. So looking forward to having you along today, and we'll get going here soon. We'll go through the engine startup checklist. So turning the engines on the DA42-6, a little different than the TDI, so I'll go through that here. So we first of all turn the strobes on, anti-collision lights. Start with the left master on, check the X's are out. Annunciator's on, wait for that to go off. That's the glow annunciator for the diesel engine. So that'll come on when it's cold. There it's off. Okay, X's are out. And clear left. It's clear. Start. Wait for oil pressure to come up. Oil pressure's coming up. Volts and amps on the left look good. No annunciator. Left is started. Okay, right master on. X's are out. Annunciator's on. Diesel on the right. Wait for that to go off. Okay, that's off. Clear right. Wait for oil pressure to come up. Oil pressure's coming up. Volts amps look good. No annunciator. Engine is started. Turn the avionics on. Put this on. Okay, RPM looks good, oil looks good, avionics master is on.
We're 9-8 Charlie, if you're giving hold short instructions, we need to hear that back.
Crossfeed, pitot heat on, amps go up.
Alright, 6 Bravo taxi to 3-4 via Alpha.
Pitot heat off, amps go down. Clear that.
Alright, 6 Bravo advise your intentions on departure when able.
Okay, oil pressure, RPM, fuel selectors on, crossfeed, pitot heat, avionics master on. Okay, set the radios up, we've got tower in there, we'll put air to air.
Tower 52, 98 Charlie, Renton Tower, radio check out of here. For 98 Charlie, roger, hold short, runway 34.
Monitor tower, we're going to put
temperature 7, dew point 4, altimeter 3014. RNAV approach, runway 34 in use. Advise initial contact, 165, follow 405 right downwind.
405 right downwind, 165.
Renton Tower 2 Whiskey Mike, holding short at Bravo 7, ready for takeoff on
back to ground.
2 Whiskey Mike, Renton Tower, hold short, runway 34. Hold short,
Low
34,
pressure, we've done that. Autopilot test.
132, renting ground, runway 34, taxi Alpha, confirm, East Channel.
Taxi Alpha, runway 34, heading to 337.
13312.
337. Okay, autopilot on. Heading mode, active,
East Channel, look for traffic
disconnect.
over the VMAC.
East Channel looking for traffic, 442 Whiskey.
There's 2 Whiskey Mike, runway 34, clear
Autopilot
takeoff.
on, active,
Clear for takeoff on 34.
disconnect with the trim, check the trim's working. Autopilot on, active, disconnect with the red button, that disconnects the autopilot and the yaw damper for takeoff. And we'll put in 1,000 feet from Pat now, altitude,
Have a good flight.
and flight level change mode, 19. Autopilot test, flood lights, position lights, fuel selectors back on.
Who's holding short number 2 at Alpha?
Altimeter, 3014.
326 Mike Echo, roger. And who's holding short number 3?
3014.
The B, 86 Bravo. Trade 6 Bravo, roger.
3014.
5298 Charlie, runway
By
34,
horizon.
takeoff, East Channel.
Transponder,
East Channel departure
VFR,
65, extend
Temperatures
downwind, I'll call
checked.
your base turn
Coming up.
spacing for departures.
brake released.
Extending downwind west express.
Sure, 2, it's Mike, traffic at your 11 o'clock Cessna in the crosswind turn, do you have them?
Traffic in sight, 2 Whiskey Mike.
Sure, 2 weeks Mike, roger, if able, remain behind the traffic.
Red and ground, Twin Diamond, 62 Delta Lima, lane hangers with Tango, ready to taxi Lake Youngs.
Twin Diamond 62 Delta Lima, rent and ground, give way to Cessna off your left side, taxi runway 34 via Alpha.
34 via Alpha, and we'll give way to the Cessna 2 Delta Lima. Okay, looking for that Cessna. Lights, camera, action. Taxi out here, clear left, clear right,
Number 6 Mike Echo, crosswind your discretion,
left
traffic
brake,
is departing to the north.
right brake, both brakes.
Roger.
Just eyes
604
turning,
Mike, rent
compasses
tower, proceed to
turning,
south
balls
into
are
Lake Youngs.
turning.
Cessna 165 base approved, runway 34, clear touch and go.
And the left alternator fail is a common alert on the ground, sort of spurious alert. It's actually even mentioned in the AFM for the DA42-6 as a normal event that if it occurs on the ground. So you often hear that beep. It's detected something, but it's not a cause for concern.
Okay,
on the
that
ground.
last transmission was for 6043 Mike.
Okay, we're going to pull in here to the run-up area and get our run-up done. Just being appropriately careful for the length of the wings of the DA42. Mercifully only one other plane in here today.
So the 4-3 Mike,
Okay,
proceed by
park
medical
brake
straight
set.
in, and traffic is now
Swivel the
11
ways
o'clock
to
at
wait.
2 miles ahead of you at 2,200. That'll be your traffic to follow.
Taxi lights off. Okay, start. Parking brake set, seat belts, backrest. Just check the back door again. 2 latches down there, 1 up there. Rear door, front canopy is latched. Front baggage doors are closed, door warning lights, circuit breakers. Good. Elevator trim, just double check. Fuel selectors are on.
So 278 Charlie Alpha, rent tower, runway 34, clear to land.
Rudder trim, flaps are up. We'll put them down for short field takeoff. Flight controls, check. Power lever to idle. We're on the engine page. Engine instruments are checked. Wait for the engines to come up. They're all still in the yellow. So we're going to start off with short field takeoff. And in the DA42-6, that's takeoff with 1 notch of flaps. Normal takeoff is no flaps, but in this it's 1 notch, and 71 is the rotate speed. And initial climb is 77. When you pass the obstacle, the FAA 50-foot obstacle, then it's back to 90 knots VY. So initially, best angle of climb, VX, and then once you've cleared the obstacle, best rate of climb VY. So we're going to be taking off runway 34. We've got the heading set in there. Once we receive our clearance, we're going to pull out on the runway, stop, apply full brakes, check engines in the green, release. Then we'll rotate at 71, climb out at 77, then 92. When we've got positive rate of climb, we'll tap the brakes, gear up, and bring the flaps up as well. Pull power back to 92. At 500 feet, we will turn the pumps off. So I'll do a briefing on engine failures. If we lose an engine on the takeoff roll on the ground, we'll abort immediately. That's power to idle, stop on the runway. If we lose an engine after rotation but before gear retraction, then we're also going to abort, and that'll be power to idle, nose to the horizon, land on the remaining runway or overrun area. If we lose an engine after takeoff and gear retraction, then we're going to continue, and that's full power, check gear up, flaps up, and then maintain directional control, 0 side slip, and then identify dead foot, dead engine. So identify which foot is dead or not applying pressure on the rudder. That's what we suspect to be the failed engine. So let's say it's the left. So dead foot on the left. So that's identify, verify, move the power lever. If we're doing training, we'll simulate it. Move the power lever back and forth slowly, and we should detect no change. That confirms that it's that engine. And then we'll fix or feather. In a critical phase of flight, which departure is, then we will always feather. In the DA42-6, that involves turning off the failed engine master, that'll feather the engine, and then securing with the left engine alternator and the left engine fuel selector, and then confirm directional control, maintain heading, 0 side slip, and VYSE is 85, so 85 or greater. And in this situation, we maneuver back around, join the pattern, come back in for a landing.
165, number 3, runway 34.
Engines are almost there. Going to put in flaps now, so we don't forget.
Sir 288 Papa Whiskey, Renton Ground, runway 34, taxi via Bravo.
The one thing I did for my instructor training was put together a checklist for each of the maneuvers. There's really a fair bit you need to know as an instructor. I mean, you should know what are the topics you're going to be teaching about, what are the power settings and key speeds for that maneuver, what's the checklist, what are the key standards for success, private pilot, commercial level, that can be different. And what are common errors? Knowing that as instructors, very important.
Left turn Alpha 6, taxi to Park via Alpha, monitor ground.
Engines are in the green, just wait for the gearbox to get in the green. And one thing we do before the ECU test is just do a full power run up, just briefly. Especially on the first flight of the day, that's been recommended by Diamond as a way to get oil into the prop governors, make sure they're all ready to go, and has, they believe, and it seems to be my experience, that it reduces spurious ECU alerts when one prop's a little bit slow on some of the performance measures during the ECU test. So I recommend that. I'll show you how I do that. Okay, left gearbox in the green.
Echo, runway 34, clear
Right's just got one more degree to go.
Clear land, number 2, runway 34, 16 Echo, Echo.
Right turn Bravo 3, taxi back via Bravo, monitor ground, 2 Whiskey Mike.
Okay, there it goes.
Tower Sears 288 Papa Whiskey,
let's do full power run.
34 Bravo 7 for
heavy use of brakes. Up, full power, and then bring it back. That's that. Then we do the ECU test. So A, little bump, stabilized, auto, B, back to center. Then on the right side, A, auto, B, bump, stabilized, auto. Then ECU test. Now for the DA42-6, you can press both at the same time. In the TDI, you need to do them individually.
Eagle 1, Eagle 16 Echo, Echo, where do you park?
Okay, all cleared.
Red Tower Plaza 335 Whiskey Hotel.
ECU test, pitot
15
heats,
miles to the northeast, inbound.
transponders, VFR, fuel pumps will turn on.
We'll hold for the Cirrus and then taxi via Bravo, 16 Echo, Echo, monitor
Shift to
ground.
the right. both heads down.
Papa Whiskey, runway 34,
Just make sure they know that I'm...
288 Papa Whiskey, clear for takeoff 34, East Channel.
System 165, base approved, runway 34, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go 34, 165.
Tower, monitor ground.
+5 Whiskey Hotel, traffic 12 to 11 o'clock, 2 miles opposite direction, unknown type of 2,200.
Looking for traffic, 5 Whiskey Hotel. Right side.
+5 Whiskey Hotel, roger.
Renton Tower, Twin Diamond, 62 Delta Lima, holding short, 34 Lake Youngs.
Twin Diamond 62 Delta Lima, Rent Tower, hold short, runway 34.
Hold short, 34, 2 Delta Lima. Okay, Cirrus is on its roll. And we've got traffic on final. Seminole still up there. Skycatcher's on final. And there's another Cirrus coming over on the side.
Twin Diamond 2 Delta Lima, runway 34, clear for takeoff.
34 cleared for takeoff, 2 Delta Lima. Lights, camera, action. Clear on final. Clear on the runway. Okay, so we line up. Apply full power with the brakes set. Engines in the green. Release. So yeah, speed's alive, times 2. Look for 71. 61. 71, rotate. Go, bring that up. Positive rate of climb, tap, gear up. Look for 92.
That's the 165, number 2, runway
Gears up,
34, clear
flaps
touch and
up,
go.
power back to 92.
Go 34, number 2, 165.
Speed at about 92. Well, so pull that up a little bit more. 92, 92. But above that, there's above 500 feet, so pumps off. Leave lights on for now. Okay. And start pulling power back as we turn to the downwind and looking for 1,000. Light director off. The traffic on the downwind there, there's 1,000. Look for about 50. Follow that traffic. One ahead of us, looks good. And coming around. When we rebeam the tower, when we'll start turning out towards Lake Youngs.